What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's been a little bit since the last episode, well, at least on my end. I know it's only been a week for you guys, but it's actually been 2 weeks in-game for me. Decided to jump ahead a little bit as we're starting to wind down this Let's Play. I'm going to be doing this more and more as we're, kind of on the home stretch here, but we still obviously have a number of things to do. And, some depending on how long certain things take, some things might end up slowing us down a bit. But today's going to be a little bit of an interesting episode. It's going to be sort of a two-parter. First of all, I do want to start today's episode by making a snowman. Absolutely. Well, after I check my mail, of course, because I am missing exactly 3 pieces to the ice set, or the frozen set, I should say, that I would very much like to get my hands on, and then I can actually start putting that together. I think I might end up just putting that in the right-hand room just because it's probably going to do us a lot of good in terms of utilizing the space, and also I know it's one of the sets I have the most of. It's been killing me this entire time. My entire goal from the start of this Let's Play was to try to get the entire Ironwood set, but there's like 2 crucial pieces I'm still missing to this set that I have just never been able to get, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't gotten a single DIY recipe for this set in like 6 months, so I've kind of all but given up on that dream, unfortunately. Getting the gold set would be kind of nice too, but it's just not going to happen. So right now, because it's much more under my control, I'm focusing on the frozen set. I am currently missing, if I can go, I'm currently missing, I believe, the table, the pillar, and then, what was the other one? Oh, the counter. That's the other one I'm missing as well. I think there's also like maybe one miscellaneous thing I'm missing too, but I'm not really as concerned with that. Of course, that is always a possibility to pop up. But there's also something else I want to touch upon. So I said that I was going to be giving gifts to all of my villagers to try and go after their photos. Well, the first one finally popped, and I am going to place it right here. I finally got Blair's photo. That's right, and that's going to be going up in my quote-unquote trophy room once I start putting all of that together. But that is the first photo obtained, so now I can start focusing on some of the others. Right now, I mean, again, Kiki is a top one, Agnes is a top one, Marina is a top one, and then also Cranston is really, really close as well, so I would very much like to work on trying to endear myself to him as well. But I am also getting low on presents here. I've only got 2 left to give away and lots of wrapping paper, so I'm going to go around and dig up some presents. I was fully expecting the snowball to be over here, but it doesn't look like that's the case. It usually spawns in this area, which is kind of why I'm like okay with leaving this area open for a little bit longer. Just because, I would very much like to consistently make that happen because that's the easiest place to build one. But no, not today. Looks like I'm going to have to do something else or go find another spot where it could have popped up. But, of course, where there's a snowball, there's bound to be another snowball very close by. So we'll just take a look. It could always appear over here. Also getting a lot more weeds lately now that I'm only, playing the game once every several days. That's just the nature of Animal Crossing if you're not super consistent. Was there a set of weeds behind that tree? I think. Okay. The twig. Wow, they don't usually spawn behind the tree, so that's a little interesting, but okay. Hopefully it doesn't spawn in here, and it doesn't look like that's the case. Now, okay, I probably should check the present I got from Gulliver. What was it? It wasn't the lucky cat, was it? Oh, maybe it was. I think that's exactly what it was. It was the lucky cat. Yeah. Hold on, let me actually place this thing. I think that's the first time in a while I've actually gotten like a piece of furniture from him. He's only been giving me like accessories and clothing lately, and there's still quite a number of decorative furniture items I'm still missing from the guy, so I have to keep working on that. It was just regular Gulliver that time. It wasn't Gullivar, so I actually don't even know what or who showed up today, as a matter of fact, because the only thing I know is that there's actually going to be some shooting stars tonight, and that is actually going to be the back half of this episode. I do want to go after those shooting stars towards the end, but obviously we're going to have to be waiting a few hours before we can get around to doing that, so that'll, we'll do that after all of the prerequisite stuff is done. Okay, these snowballs are really close together, and in not the most ideal spot, but I'm going to try to make this work as I try to keep this thing away from the trees. Oh, this is gonna be me rolling things up in little circles here for the most part as I just kind of go back and forth in this very tiny space. This is a very unfortunate place for this to have spawned. All right, I'm gonna have even less space when I'm actually assembling it. So let me just Go like that. Okay. Now let's get the second one. Let's give it a few kicks. I'm going to try to kick it between the trees here. Like so. Just don't kick it into the tree, especially when it's smaller. It will just break on you, and that sucks. And then I'll just have to start this entire thing over. I mean, honestly, this is a spot where I would not... I probably should have just broke them both and then reset, because it probably would have actually been a lot better. Is that too close to the tree to finalize this snowman? It might be. I'm going to just like push it a little bit. And, ooh, I feel like this one's a little too small still. So hold on. Go back one more. And just a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. Wanted to make sure that I had that exactly right. I think I am making the heads just slightly too big, but there is like, the window is not like super narrow. Oh, the frozen arch. That's what apparently another one I was missing. Okay, never mind. I forgot I didn't have that one. So I still don't have the ones I wanted the most, which the table and the pillar are probably the two that I want the most to finish out that set, or at least do as much as I can with it. But the arch is still good too. I'll take that. What the? I hate it when the game does that sometimes. It's like, can you like prioritize the direction that I'm actually facing when I'm actually trying to pick things up? I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, anyway, anyways, as I was trying to say, I think before all of that is that I think I'm making the heads on the snowman just slightly too big, or slightly more big than necessary, but I feel like that's just a safer bet than slightly too small, because I feel like it's just easier to gauge that way. It's like, oh, is the body like, I don't know, 1/6 less big, or 1/6 bigger than the head? Okay, perfect. Then I'll just push it into place, and it's always a winner. But if I try to make it look more natural, where the head's like a lot smaller, then it's like, nope, you failed. Sorry, so close. I've made many a snowboy that way. That's just like, it looks perfect, and the game's just like, oh shoot, sorry, you didn't get it. But obviously, you don't want to make them exactly even. Either Tangy, why are you thought bubbling? Let's talk. Thinking of maybe, no, you're not. You are not going to be doing that. You're not leaving. I still have to get your picture, first of all. And second of all, I have a gift for you. So I'm going to actually give you... Because Tangy's someone we can absolutely work on, too. Would very much like to get her thing. So I'll just give away the one that's actually wrapped. Tell me what you think. A Diplo skull. Sure, I can have this. Thank you so much. Hey, I wanted to say thanks. Fishing waders. Okay, so not quite there yet. But we will keep trying. Looks like we got ourselves a balloon over here, too. So let me shoot that down really fast. I love how she just immediately went over to the river to start singing. She's so hilarious. Western-style meal. Okay. I love how this is like, it's a meal, right? So let's place it. This is not actually devourable. This was the only, like, food item, or one of the only food items that was made before the actual cooking update. So it's not actually an interactable meal. I'm going to talk to Marina really quickly. All right, let's see what else we got. Ooh, here's our bottle. Pick that up super fast. And what do we got? Cardboard table, which I already know, so that is going to get tossed for sure. And then, oh, it's Kix here today. Okay, well, I mean, I can take a look at his inventory, but I'm sure it's not really going to be all that impressive. But it's never a bad thing to take a look. Let's see. Ski boots. Actually, I think I will take those. Those will actually probably come in handy on a day where it's snowing like crazy. So thank you very much. Also, is that a sword? Is that a sword down there? Dude, I gotta have a sword. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Sword and a scabbard. I think that's his most expensive item, too, or it's certainly one of them. But I'm definitely gonna have that. Are you kidding me? Not gonna be walking around not packing that. I don't think I've seen that this entire playthrough. I probably did, and I just skipped over it for whatever reason, but... I'm in a different sort of mood today, so we're gonna definitely get ourselves a sword. That is just perfect. Does it actually help with storage? I mean, I do kind of wish that the backpacks or bags or whatever did help with storage, like a little bit, like they incentivize you to use them. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Okay, there's a few things in here I actually definitely want. Get the confetti machine. This actually will be nice for when Festival actually hits. There's also this right here, a train set. I don't think I have this one, so I'm going to grab that. And that could be useful for later. Vivian, what do you think about your tea kettle? Nothing? Nothing at all? Okay, well, just wanted to check in on you. All right, I think that mostly covers a lot of the basic things I wanted to go over. Oh yeah, I do need to go give a gift to Kiki really quickly and see what she thinks. And then I think I'll also try out Marina actually if she's gotten up from her spot. But I don't know if she's still sitting there. She is not. Okay, let's give one to Marina. She's probably the next closest. Honestly, I think she's in a better spot than even Blair was, but it's all just a matter of luck of getting the actual thing I want to pop. Go ahead. Diplopelvis. Treasure Love Fossils. Something. Marina's photo! There we go! Got it on screen. Okay, I'm so happy. That's 2 photos down. I love it. So why don't we take a look at it? And there we are. Oh, she's so cute. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that like right in front of you. That was a little bit awkward, but so cute. Marina is such a darling character. I love the normal villager personality. I know I've said this many times before, but it really is one of my favorites. It's why Kiki is also the same personality type. It's just one that I've always really been endeared to because it's just like, oh, your existence just makes this game more pleasant. It's how it always feels. All right. Let's talk to Blathers really quickly. I'm going to assess these fossils and see if I can turn any of them into gifts, and then I'm going to go give one of them to Kiki if possible. And then if that pans or doesn't pan out and we take care of that, then we will head off to Harv's Island and see what Red has. All right. Now, please tell me one of these at least is a full fossil set piece. Let's find out. Terrawing, Iguanodon, turns out all 3 of them. That is what I like to see. Okay. Let me wrap all of these up. That's a few more gifts I can give away. Perfect. And while we're there, we're also going to check on the friendship, I think, of... I'm just not a believer that Angus or Bill are very far along. Kyle, probably not either, or Vivian. I don't know. They're kind of the only ones that I have left to check that I'm not 100% sure on. I've checked Agnes. I've checked Cranston. I've checked Kiki Tangy, everybody else. Those 4. I don't know. I guess I could give one of them a shot. I mean, technically... So this does show, like, the order that they joined our island, right? Well, no, not exactly. I swear there was, like, a place where it does... Oh, it's literally in the selectable villagers function when talking to Katrina. That's actually where you can check that. Okay, there's Agnes. Let's give a gift to Agnes first, and then I'll go and say hi to Kiki. Unless Agnes is, of course, working on a DIY of some sort, but maybe I can interrupt her just fine and do that. Nope, she's just hanging out with a donut. What's up? Do you want this? It's not going to fit in your place, but you can have it. What do you think? T-Rex tail. All right. I don't have such a rad fossil of my own. One good deed deserves another. Short sleeve uniform top. Okay. Well, we'll keep working on you. Appreciate it, though. And we'll see you, Agnes. All right. Last stop. And then, actually, there is one more thing I need to do, and I totally forgot about this because I actually haven't, I haven't touched it since really the end of the last episode, actually. But I'll show it here in a minute. Also, hello, Tiger Beetle. I'm just going to scare you off because I'm not really going to be bothered to catch you. Kiki is in her house, so this works out perfectly. Let's take a look. And you're just hanging out, too. Okay, cool. All right, here is another gift for you, and you can have the T-Rex tail that we got. Or I think that was the Iguanodon torso, actually. Sorry, T-Rex tail was what Agnes got. There we go. Treasure Love Fossils, thank you so much. Barista uniform, okay. And like I said, I don't think Kiki is quite in the actual threshold of friendship just yet, but continuing to talk to her is going to continue to increase that. She's darn close, if not already there by now, but it is just going to be a little process. Okay, this is the thing I wanted to show. I'm going to head up here really quickly. Let's go inside. And this is the back room. So I finally finished putting together the antique set. And also I finished this main room here too, added the partition, the cushion, and all that. So this room's done. I'm happy with the way this one looks. There's probably something I could throw here in the corner, but I don't really have anything that I feel like fits very well. So I kind of just like this room the way it is. But let's head on into the back room. We've already gone over my my ranch room, which is to the left, at my kitchen area, so I'm not too worried about that. But here we go. I got myself a nice setup with the antique room. I think the only thing I might do is move the turntable over here a smidge, and then maybe put something else up on top there. But I don't honestly know what I want to do there yet. Like, the only thing that makes sense is, like, a trophy, but I kind of want to put those upstairs once I start putting all of that together. So I think for now, I think this is, like, the main room for me, or, like, the one that is like, this is my bedroom. This is where I actually go to sleep. I mean, I know there's a bed in the main room. I know there's a bed in the left side room, and there will be one in the right side room, but those are only when I'm, like, feeling restless or can't, or too drunk to make it to my actual bedroom or something, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so far we're 3 rooms done, and I'm pretty happy with this. I like the way that this all looks. I mean, maybe I haven't shown everything in here. I don't think I actually had. I don't think I had Brewster's photo up last time, and I don't think I had the bread here either. So maybe that is a little bit different. But hey, it looks good. This is also kind of my crafting, cooking, changing area, so it's sort of multi-purpose while still blending into the theme very well. And then yeah, like I said, the right room is barren, the downstairs is barren, the upstairs doesn't really have it. Like I said, the downstairs is barren, the right room is barren, the upstairs is barren, so we're going to take care of all of that a little bit later. For now, let's head on out, and I think I'm just going to meet you guys over at Harv's Island, and we are going to check Red's inventory and see what he's got for us. So, see you all there in just a second. All right, we have made it. I'm assuming there's probably not going to be much, but, it never hurts to check, doing this every single week, as I'm continuing to hope that eventually this is all going to bear fruit a little bit, and I'm going to say no because that's already in the museum, and I know for a fact this is a fake. So, Red, once again, you have let me down. I really wish I could catch you on an actual day where you're docked on my island because it's going to be a little easier that way, but whatever. All right, Katrina, you're next. Apparently I'm at the wrong angle. Sorry. Let's talk friendship, okay? I'm going to try Kyle. So this is the order that everybody's joined. So Agnes, Marina, then Cranston. Angus has been around a while, but I just haven't really talked with the guy too much. Tangy is the second newest. Yeah, because she's the one that replaced Apple, so that does make sense. Yeah. So yeah, it really is in this order from right. So 1, 2, 3, and then Angus, Kyle, Blair, then Bill, Vivian, Tangy, and then finally Kiki. Let's go with Kyle, because Kyle's been around, a while. Not that I've chatted with him too much, but it'd be worth checking out to see if he's in that territory. Because while I'm not going to get every single photo from every single villager, if I could get like 5 or 6 before the game is over, I'm going to be pretty darn happy with that. I love the word swank. I know it's nose backward, but swank is such a great word. Alrighty, what do you got for me, Katrina? I see something, yes. Float within the consciousness of Kyle. When he eats or sleeps, he thinks of you. Doing chores, having fun, he thinks of you. A little obsessed. From this vision, I see that you are the object of many pleasant thoughts. You are important to him, and he wants to get even closer to you. Okay, so he is in the exact same friendship tier as Kiki and I believe Cranston right now as well. So still have a little bit of work to do with him, but eventually we will get there. You know what? I'm going to actually say yes to this, and then I'm going to go and give Kyle a gift when I get back. But what I'm going to do now is, instead of heading back and making you watch me do that, I'm actually just going to catch you guys all tonight, because then we're going to get going on that meteor shower and see if we can also track down Celeste in the middle of that. If she shows up. She doesn't always show up for the meteor showers, but sometimes she can. It would be good to see if we can get ourselves some more DIY recipes, because we are very much lacking on the Zodiac set, or whatever it's called. Is it Zodiac? Is it astrology set? It might be astrology set. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I will see you all here in a few hours in, just a minute, because you have the magic of editing. And welcome back, everybody. Okay, it is late out, and that means that the meteor shower should be ongoing, like as we're playing the game, of course. All we need to do is look up and check every single time the sound plays, which I'm not going to make you watch me go after every single star, like I've said in the past, just because it's a time-consuming process. A lot of it is just kind of sitting there and just, waiting and pressing A over and over and over and over and over again, just to get as many of the fragments that you can possibly get, which I am obviously going to have to collect tomorrow. But the main thing that I am looking for is actually a reddish owl that is walking around that I would very much like to talk to if the meteor shower is going as planned. Of course, I'm waiting for it actually to... I haven't seen a single one yet. I would assume it's going to be happening any minute now. But sometimes they come in waves, too, so that's something you have to kind of, like, keep an eye out for. Of course, she could always be up by the museum, too, so that's always a positive. There she is. Yep. In fact, she indeed is. Did she just wish upon one? I think she may have. Hi there, Celeste. I have been. Watch nature's most beautiful performance with me. I'd love to. I almost forgot I came across a recipe for an astronomical project in a book and jotted it down. I would like you to have it. Let me know if you try building it, would you? What you got for me? Splendid rest of the night. I know I shall. Let's take a look and see what she gave us, and it is the Aquarius urn. Okay, that could be kind of interesting. Also, I hear them going across the sky. There they go. So now we can actually start getting a few of these. I think the best place to look out for these is obviously going to be down by the beach, over by the lighthouse. I heard another one go across. Let me see if I can catch it really quickly. Nope, not in time. When you hear the sound, you got like a few seconds, but like not much more than that if you're not actually looking. So keep an eye out for that. Let me get this balloon really quickly. Let's see what we can get out of this, which is trench coat. Okay, cool. I mean, it's kind of ominous, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. If I like that color, though. It's not really my color, but I'm getting a few more. Okay, I'm going to go and perch out by the lighthouse over here really quickly and see if we can. I really wish we could sit. Actually, you know what? No, up here would be the best spot to be. Nothing is going to be disturbing me sitting up here, you know, aside from the sound of the actual water if I'm hanging out up this way. Yeah, we just got full range of the sky here to just kind of watch these things go by. And it's going to be a little bit of a process having, you know, just sitting here and pressing A repeatedly over and over. I'm probably going to just end up coasting for, I would say, probably about an hour here, just grabbing as many as I can. And then I think the next day I will just see how many fragments are left on the beach. There is a finite amount that you can get, but I do believe the way it works is that... and I don't think I mentioned this the last time we went over this, but I think the way it works is that you have a certain number you can get, but after that, you have to start making exponentially more wishes to actually get them to appear, but you can still keep getting more to the point where you can almost fill up every single available spot on the edge of your beach, but I could be wrong about that. It is like... There's diminishing returns the longer that you sit out and try to wish upon as many stars as possible. Oh, Vivian, I didn't even hear you calling for me. Call me Maximum, let's say it's just darling. Yeah, sure, go right ahead. That does say actually a lot about our friendship situation, so you can call me Maximum, sure. Why not? All right, there is actually somebody. Yeah, okay, Cranston is somebody I was actually looking for today. I wasn't able to find him anywhere, so wanted to see if I could track him down really quickly before I call this an episode. Just to see what's going on with him. You never know, especially because he also might be doing like a new DIY recipe since that rotates every few hours. It was Kyle earlier. Is it true that yawns are catchy? Do you feel sleepy? I'm going to say yeah, a little bit. Me too. What's going on with us today? Maybe it isn't just us. Maybe everyone on Moreau is cursed to nap. Oh, no. Oh, it's like the... Actually, no, I was about to make an analogy that doesn't even make sense, so never mind. But it's terrifying. Cranston... you should probably sleep. It is also almost 10 o'clock, so actually not a terrible idea just in general. Okay, Angus inside. I'm actually going to check and see if Angus has a DIY recipe for me really quickly. Because there is a few, like I said, I don't know. I kind of gave up on my mission to like search for certain DIY recipes, but it's like at this point, see, he's not even like doing a DIY. He's just cooking. So this is probably not going to be anything that I need. Orange pound cake. I don't have this recipe, so I guess I'll take it. Thanks, buddy. Very nice of you. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying over and over and over until eventually I can get these. But obviously, you know, I'm not playing every single day, so it's not going to be nearly as efficient as it was before. But my DIY recipe book is pretty large at this point. I think one, yeah, just went by as I stepped out, so wanted to make sure I grabbed that. But let's take a look at our recipe here. Pound cake. Cool. Well, thank you very much for that one, Angus. I will take it. I don't know. It would be kind of nice to get the photos of all of our villagers at this point. Angus was not one that I was actually intending on keeping this entire time, but with how long he's been on the island, it's like, at this point, why replace him? You know what I mean? There was another cranky villager I had in mind, which was Static, who is a squirrel. And same personality type and whatnot. And I was really thinking about adding him to the island because he's usually a mainstay and a staple of a lot of my islands. But I don't know. He stuck around so long. It's like at this point, I think we're just good with what we have. I mean, with pretty much everybody. And I'm not going to really concern myself with trying to add too many things from here on out. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to camp out here for the next little while, which is not something I'm going to be doing on screen, obviously. I think that would be a little bit much. But really quickly, why don't we take a look and see what we got? There's our pound cake, and then there's our Aquarius urn. Star fragment Aquarius. Oh, gosh dang it. Aquarius fragments, gold nuggets, and stones. That's very nice. The Aquarius fragment is, I believe the recipe that she gives you is always tied to the month, or at least the astrological cycle that you're in. So I think it's actually where we're at right now. And then, of course, those are going to be the fragments that pop up on the beach alongside the star fragments. So not going to really question that too much, but I feel like that makes the most sense to me. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. Thank you all so much for watching. We got one more episode left in February before we move on into March. The first episode of March is obviously going to be Festival, given how close that is to the beginning of the month. And actually, March, if I can remember correctly, as far as events and things go, I think it's actually going to be a pretty busy month. There is also some things that we're going to have to go after and try to catch, too, to finish up some of our Critterpedia and museum stuff. And we're really going to kind of get into the thick of things once we start heading into spring. So next episode, probably going to be pretty chill, probably going to be pretty relaxed, probably going to try to work on maybe putting together another craft set. I think we might honestly just spend most of the episode putting together the ice set and then finishing up that room and going from there. So yeah, I'm not really going to worry about too much else. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.